Gluten-free might not be what you think of when it comes to St. Patrick's Day, but the two can go together, gluten-free and St. Patrick's Day. Aaron Kozadd is executive chef of Union Joints Restaurants, and he's here this morning to share some gluten-free Irish dishes you can enjoy today on St. Patrick's Day. Good morning. Thank you so much for joining us. What are you making here today?
So today we're doing a house-made purple kraut.
Okay.
We make our own kraut. We actually have a house-made corned beef, and we're going to put it together in a sandwich. But really, the way we make this gluten-free is just by simply replacing beer with a hard cider.
Okay. And what did you just add in there?
So that's just some oil to get it started. We have some onions and
Some
little bit
apples.
of green apples, some caraway, and we get that going in our pan.
And so literally when you make this dish without it being gluten-free, the only thing that has gluten in it is the beer itself?
Exactly, yeah. And actually, the cider gives it kind of a nice fruity flavor anyway.
Yeah, you already have apples in there, and there are apple ciders and things like that.
Yeah, so you're not losing out. Well, we have a little bit of salt and sugar. We're going to let that caramelize a bit, and then just for the sake of time, you would let this kind of simmer, and then we would deglaze with cider vinegar and apple juice.
Okay. So I'm sensing a theme there. You have some fresh apples, some apple vinegar there. What other options do you guys have that are gluten-free?
Well, actually, so we've been doing gluten-free menus since my mother was diagnosed with celiac back when we opened the wood shop in 2006.
Okay.
So we're kind of well known for our gluten-free menu at the wood shop. A lot of barbecue is naturally gluten-free.
Right.
But recently, we actually made a gluten-free mac and cheese.
A gluten-free mac and cheese.
Yeah, and
Because
we're
most
famous
mac
for our
has
mac.
gluten in it,
Yeah,
right?
I mean, kind of by definition, right?
Right,
So, but this has rice noodles. It has a rice flour in the bechamel.
Okay.
And then it has gluten-free panko.
Right. I'm going to give this a try here. We're going to gluten-free panko, because of course you get that nice crusty top there with some panko. And I'm looking at this. It looks like mac and cheese, like every other mac and cheese. Look at that, just hot. You see that steam coming off of there? This is fresh, baby. That's good.
And you know what, mac and cheese is kind of the perfect vehicle for gluten-free, because once you have cheese and bechamel and all that stuff, it doesn't really matter what it goes on, right?
Right.
So it's kind of the perfect choice.
I would have had no idea that was gluten-free.
Yeah.
Sometimes it's gluten-free, you can taste it, it's a little different.
Right.
Not bad, just doesn't taste the same as the food with gluten. That is fantastic. You couldn't tell at all.
So we're very excited because, our mac is kind of what we're known for, and we finally have a gluten-free option to share with people. We're actually about to come up on the millionth mac sold out of the Clarkson Union.
Wow.
In Clarkson. That's going to be happening just around Easter. So we're really excited about that. We have a counter. It's counting down in the restaurant.
Fantastic. Aaron Kozadd,
Yeah.
thank you so much for joining us from Union
Absolutely.
Joints. When we come back, we'll have a check of news, weather, and traffic, and I think we're going to have this recipe on our website.